Texas is the fastest growing state in the country, seeing a massive boom in growth in the past 3 years. So we have compiled the essential list of why Texas is the absolute fastest growing state in the country. That's Dobos. So let's start with number 1. Just right out of the gate, Texas is humongous.
Giant.
It's not the biggest, it's the second biggest state. I thought it was the biggest. Turns out it's not. Alaska is actually bigger. Those darn Alaskans.
Yes, I do agree. But usability, you don't use the north
You
part
don't
of
use
Alaska.
any of Alaska. You use Texas.
All
we
of
use
it.
everything, and that's what we're talking about today. Texas is legit humongous. From the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state is 800 miles. It would take you a total of 12 hours to drive
Alaska.
that. Yeah, you can't even drive. Texas is huge, and the cool thing about Texas being so big is there's a lot of different climates in Texas. So in the western part of the state, we've got more deserty, arid climates. In the southern part, you're right by the Gulf, you're close to the ocean,
Just
so you got
swampy.
tropical, swampy. Yeah, that's a good word. Definitely swampy. And then East Texas is honestly really wooded. It's like a forest or something. Texas being so big obviously brings everything else with it.
Right.
Like number 2.
Elon Musk.
Going off of number 1, Texas being so big, a company like Tesla can move its headquarters here. They can produce cars here. They can run their business and infrastructure here.
We're very business friendly, so we're seeing an influx of ton of business. Tesla, HP, Hewlett-Packard, Chevron, all established headquarters in Texas.
They can do everything that a Fortune 500 company would need to do in this state. In fact, we are home to 49 Fortune 500 companies headquartered in the state of Texas. We were the leading job creator in the country. In 2020-21, we created
2020-21.
I didn't think I was wrong. That's how business friendly Texas is. In 2020-21, we were the
You did it again.
No, I didn't. 2021, we were actually the leading job creator in the country. We created more than 694,000 jobs. So obviously people are gonna wanna move here because of that alone. We have a lot of housing, which naturally is gonna make our state more affordable to live in because we have so many people here. Anyone who might be selling their house in California, I know we all hear people selling their house in California, New York. So many of them are moving to Texas because of the affordability. And the prices are not crazy compared to the rest of the country, which is really good.
Right.
In fact, the state of Texas on average is 16% cheaper to live in than any other state in the country. Now, obviously this is gonna differ on where you live, if you live closer to a city, breaking down a lot of the home prices here. So as you can see, these are the cities in Texas. Austin, Texas, you've got 409,000 being the highest, and the lowest is gonna be Amarillo, and we're actually really close to Amarillo.
Yeah.
Our average home price is probably around 250,000, so on the lower end there. That's a very differing range, but compared to the rest of the country, these prices are more inexpensive.
Okay, number 4, it's a touchy subject, so we kind of dance through it. It is politics, and we'll say we speak from experience. A lot of people that we have moved to Texas in general, what we hear as a resounding reason is just the freedom that comes with it.
That's a great point, Jaden. We do help a lot of people move here. Jaden and I work with a really great network of referral agents all over the state. Doesn't matter where you want to move, give me a call. You will be calling me directly. My number is literally going to be right here, popping up, flashing is right here. Give me a call if you have any questions whatsoever about moving to Texas. We would love to talk to you about it, do a consultation, maybe get on a Zoom call and get you started moving here. So obviously with the political turmoil, we are Republican. Our Republicans actually control every single statewide office in Texas. We've got the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch in Texas at the state level. But we saw a mass exodus to come specifically to Texas for that reason. I mean, we helped quite a few people move from California specifically. A lot of people want to move to rural areas, and some people wanted to move to more liberal areas. We've got a good mix, but we're definitely leaning more conservative.
Number 5, and it's a segue I actually like from the political conversation because it's truly the Texan thing. It's just a friendly state.
So friendly.
We can have differences, but
So
it's not,
nice.
no one's in your business. You can have your opinion, I can have mine.
Yep.
And I think that culture is really solidified and identified, especially we're in West Texas. It's very strong here. We're friendly people here, and I think that's a draw for a lot of people.
Yeah, people can buy into the Texan culture very quickly. People that we meet from out of state think that we ride our horses to school and stuff, which granted in some parts of the state people do. However, we're a
not
little
that
bit
common.
more modern than that. We drive our Teslas. I would say by and large Texas has retained that southern charm. The manners are very important here. It's not a cold, harsh environment. I think a lot of people from out of state want that part of their culture.
Yeah.
So number 6, the big one. There's 0 state income tax here. So you are not getting taxed on your income in Texas.
Where does that show up though?
In your property taxes.
Come on.
We are gonna tax you somehow. It's a bureaucracy. We'll get you some way, one way or another, which can be good and can be bad depending on the individual. For instance, if you're a renter, this might be good for you because you're not getting taxed on your income. However, if you own a lot of property, it's not gonna be as advantageous because you're gonna be paying taxes on all of the property you own. And the rates differ depending where you are in the state. I think it's safe to say about 2 to 3% on each property that you own. We talk to a lot of people who have problems with that. However, if you're not getting taxed on your income, it really evens out. And honestly, I think it's probably more favorable to not get taxed on your income depending on what you do. That's why I think a lot of people are moving here as well.
Number 7, I think this brings the fun aspect to Texas. There's a lot of unique things about Texas.
Yeah.
And the more you get into Texas culture, people say people being Texas is a personality trait.
Yep.
I think that adds to the uniqueness of what Texas is. People love it. There's weird things here. We can have the desert, we can have the swamps. Tailor-made to whatever you're into, it's just different parts of the state.
We have things like Alamo in San Antonio, Tesla that moved here. That's Elon Musk bringing a lot of presence. I mean, he's probably one of the most interesting figures in the world. Joe Rogan, who's probably also one of the most influential individuals in the world, has moved to Texas. All right. We also got Matthew McConaughey.
That's
here.
right.
But yeah, Matthew McConaughey's here. He's like the ambassador for the University of Texas.
Not as a shot to California and just to beat up California, but I think the drive of culture is moving to Texas, where it was always Southern California to this point. The Elon Musk and the Joe Rogans are bringing that culture drive to Texas.
Yes. We have really good suburbs. The cool thing about this list is they all kind of tie into each other. The reason that we have great suburbs is because we have so much room, so much room for growth and development. So the further we get out, there's more schools, more people, newer stuff, so they're obviously gonna be better. And that's just kind of been the nature of Texas for as long as I've been alive. The suburbs in Dallas that grew heavily, because I grew up in Richardson, Texas, which is right outside Dallas. Yeah, I would say the suburbs and school system are great here, and that is why so many people are wanting to move to this state. With so many people moving here, we just don't know what to do, which is why we need to create this exhaustive list. Like I said earlier, give us a call if you're interested in moving here. We would love to chat. I will be the one to answer, and we can talk all day about whatever you get in here. So do that, and we will see you guys on the next one. Toodles.